Cooking with Noah, cooking with Noah, cooking with Noah, cooking with Noah today, cooking with Noah today, cooking with Noah today.
Hi, I'm Chef Noah, and this is Cooking with Noah. And today, we're making cheddar bay biscuits like the ones you get from Red Lobster because they're just so good that we had to make them on the show. So first thing you need to know is that everything that we have here will be mixed in this large bowl, and we have already added our flour. So let's get cooking. The second thing we're going to add to the bowl is some baking powder. After the baking powder, we're going to add some baking soda, and then just some salt to taste. And then we're just going to mix that with a whisk. Just make sure everything is incorporated. After you've given that a little mix, next thing you want to add is some grated butter. Key thing, don't let your butter sit for too long because then it'll start melting and it won't be what you want it to be. So now that we have scooped out all of our butter, we're just going to give that a mix until all the butter has been incorporated with our dry ingredients. And make sure that you're crushing the butter so everything is mixing together well. Next thing that we're going to add is some sugar. After the sugar, then we're going to add some green onion. And then some cheddar cheese, freshly grated. And we're going to give that a good mix once again until everything is incorporated. Now you really can do this with your hands, which is just a bit more messy. So for today, I decided to mix it with a spatula. So then once you incorporate everything with that, then you're going to add some sour cream, which is just going to give it a lot more flavor. So after you scoop out all your sour cream, just mix that in with everything. And then after I give this a rough mix, that's when I'm going to start using my hands actually, just to make sure everything is good. And then I will go off screen to knead it properly and make sure that it is a complete, good configured dough. So now, just going to use our hands for a little bit and get to kneading. And then I'll come back to you when we have our fully configured dough. And here we are with our half configured dough. We just have a few more steps until it'll be complete. So the first thing that we want to do is grab the left side of it and fold it into the middle-ish, as far as close to the middle as you can get it. So now from the right side, we're going to fold it inward again. Ooh, nice. So now we're just going to pat it down until it makes a rectangle again. And what we just did is just going to give it more layers and more fluffiness so that it tastes great. So now that we have made a rectangle-y square-ish, what we're going to do first is we're going to cut it in half long ways, and then we're going to be cutting our actual biscuits. And the only way that we're cutting it long ways first is just so that it gives us more biscuits. So what I like to do is I like to do a small line just to make sure that it's half and half, and then I like to benchmark each biscuit where it's going to go, just so I know that they'll be even. And we have nice even biscuits here, so now just got to do the actual cut. And we're doing this with a serrated knife because it won't mess up the shape as much as a normal knife, because you can use this with bread, cake, dough like this, and it'll still give a crisp cut, unlike some other knives which will bend it, warp it, and other stuff like that. So if you have a favorite restaurant appetizer that you like that isn't this, or maybe it is, You can put that in the comments, and I can see if I can make it equal, maybe even better. That could be a video. So we have half of them cut out now, getting the last few done. And once we finish cutting them, that is when we will put them on our pan and get ready for baking. Last one to cut. And just make sure that everything is cut well, so when you tear them apart, nothing wrong. Perfect. Perfect. And last but not least, perfect. So now we'll come back to you once we have our biscuits on our pan. And here we are with our full biscuits. Honestly, they look so good, I could eat them raw. But I'm not going to today. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to spread some butter on them for some extra flavor, and it'll also give it a nice golden crust once it comes out the oven. So we're just going to put some butter on the tops of all of these, and then after that, just a few cracks of salt to give it a nice crunch at the end. And we will be baking these for at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 16 minutes. And if you run out of butter or don't have enough butter, it's fine. So now that we have completely buttered these, just a few cracks of salt. And we're only going to do it on a few just in case some people don't want it on top. Beautiful. And now I will just say it one more time. These will be baking at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 16 minutes. And here we are with our finished product. Nice fluffiness, good crust on top. Looks amazing. So now, let's try it. Ooh, nice crackle. Inside looks great, cheesy. So now, let's try. I really like it. You can taste all the flavors, the cheese, the green onion, the butter that we put on top and inside. The bottom had a nice crunch to it too, which I also found great. And I think this is a success. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified whenever a future video comes out. And if you haven't already, please share this channel with your friends so you and they can keep cooking with Noah.